some. Going down. No. Papaya, papaya. Yeah. Papaya, papaya. Papaya, papaya. Papaya, papaya. Papaya, papaya. Papaya, papaya. Oh no. Papaya. Papaya, papaya. Wow. Papaya, papaya. Oh no. 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 Papaya, papaya. Umeiva papaya. Umekamna ubaya. So much desire. Holy Ghost fire. Papaya, papaya. Got so much desire. Papaya, papaya. Papaya, papaya. Manitoa papaya. Now I'm so inspired. I'm so alive, yeah. Papaya, papaya. Papaya, papaya. Papaya, papaya. Now I'm so alive, yeah. I'm so alive, yeah. Yeah. I'm so alive, yeah. Papaya, papaya. I'm so alive, yeah. Papaya, papaya. Bite the apple, huh? Papaya, papaya. Let me demonstrate papaya fresh, skin so radiant, flesh so delicate, fresh from the forest, fresh fruit so angelic. And she could be an African, she could be a Mexican, she could be French, could be Spanish or American. I don't know her origin, but I see her energy. Bless me with fresh fruit salad from your very tree. Watu wengi wanatafuta matunda kwa miti. Papaya ni wewe na mimi. Papayas from Uganda are the biggest, please believe me. Papayas from Kenya taste the sweetest, niamini. Papaya juice my whole digestive system, come and heal me. And if I blend seeds, all the parasites gon' leave me. All the toxic waste in my gut, come and free me. This is for the women in the world, you're amazing. A metaphor that words can't explain it. Yeah, a metaphor that words can't explain it. This is for the women in the world, you're amazing. Papaya, papaya. Umeiva papaya. Papaya, papaya. Umeiva papaya. Papaya. Umeiva papaya. Umeiva. Umeiva, umeiva papaya. Many talk papaya. Papaya. Let's go. Yeah. Papaya. 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 Oh no.
It's done.
Papaya, papaya.
It's that time of the week where the hottest Kenyan millennials jazz up your afternoon with their refreshing live talk show. You are now tuned in to the 254 Millennial Talk.
It's not even my birthday.
It's Bloody Actor here, guys, and welcome back to yet another stream. My internet is choosing to be a bitch today. Fortunately, I can do nothing about it. And yeah, this is a calling for anyone out there who knows a guy who wants to be wants to sponsor the show with free internet. Because at this point, shit is hitting the fan. Yeah, man, but I'm serious, yo. Like, if you know someone who wouldn't mind sponsoring me, man, because I'm a broke motherfucker with good free internet, with a good upload and a good download. In return, maybe I might get him some new some new customers, man. Yeah, man. Please do hit me up. You know, it helps. Yeah, it helps. Of course, as for the people watching, I know this is going to take a minute to load on YouTube because it's so bad. I think the latency is like 10 times today. Remember, this show goes live every Saturday, 5 to 6 p.m. This is also for the people listening on the podcast platforms on Spotify. Spotify rolled out the feature to every creator, so I think everyone can upload videos. But I don't know, they should also roll it out to they should roll out video podcast to every country, because I think again it's geo-restricted to certain specific countries, so it would be at least beneficial for the countries like Kenya to, you know, at least be able to watch the podcast as well in video form. So yeah, again, I'm sorry. I'll repeat, if you know someone who can sponsor me with free internet, please send them my way. As you can see, my provider has become unbearable. So I'm not even streaming on Twitch today because it's clearly that bad. But yeah, Mr. Slapman. How are you, man? You look like life is not using a condom with you. What's up?
Mimi niko poa. What? Hiyo reference ya nini? I'm good, niko poa sana.
Connie, what do you use a condom for?
No, like they are not fun. Why would you reference that?
So Cindy, life is not using a condom with you. It's choosing to go in raw.
Yep, kabisa.
But yeah, man, AWS, Amazon Web Services. So because you're the technical bastard, so you explain to people what you're the one who does these things, or this is in your line of work. Could you explain to people what AWS is?
That's quite technical sana. Won't be very technical. But Amazon Web Services allows you to deploy cloud solutions in a easy, manageable, in a way in which you can easily financially track actually your expenses in terms of the types of technologies you'd use to deploy an online solution. Not necessarily online like a website or maybe a shopping platform, a mobile app, even other things like office infrastructure, like office networking. You can actually do it on AWS. A couple of companies are doing that. Your bank will do that. It helps you fast track deployment, and also you do away with maintenance. Can you imagine a place where you don't have to maintain anything? You know, like someone else does it for you, and the way they bill you, it's not as much as, of course, if you did it yourself. You don't have to maintain your own infrastructure. and you get to enjoy the best of both worlds. Number one, on maintaining your stuff, or it is at a reasonable price. And number two, you get the best technology in the world in terms of building your solutions, enhancing them, deploying them, backing them up, and so on. So websites, shopping websites, social media stuff, mobile apps, even video game servers, office infrastructure like networking and all those sort of databases that you might host. AWS allows you to do that. I think it even does AI. So yeah,
Basically,
that's
it's
what it
just
is.
website hosting, right? Like generally,
just-
if you were to explain
That's
to
not the
someone,
best way to put it. It is more than that. It is way more than that.
well, it is what?
In fact, so many people who I know use it, don't use it for website hosting.
They use it for what?
Like they use them for like more intermediate things. Like I know someone who uses it to track what do you call them, price fluctuations while doing forex. I know someone who uses them. Yeah,
Wait, wait. You know that now that you mentioned that, I think I remember a guy. I remember some guy who used to want to get into trading, and I remember he had rented a machine on AWS. I think they give you like
yeah, exactly.
one
See.
machine for free trial or something.
Yeah, saa unaona.
So when you say
You get the
machine, we
idea.
mean like another virtual computer. So maybe your computer doesn't have the best specs. But if you have good internet, you can connect virtually to another computer and
Okay.
run
Let
all
me
the
answer
stuff
that.
there.
Okay. So number one, yes, you can get any type of machine specification you want on AWS. You can have a machine with 16 cores, a Tesla GPU. This is the best part, by the way. Like you can use it like your local machine. You get to enjoy like it's like so fast. It's instant internet. For example, you access that particular API you need to see the prices. It's instant there, like 100 times better than what you'd have on a local computer. So you can do your things faster. I know people actually use it to render videos. That's how powerful it is, man. It's so powerful.
To render videos, that's strange.
Yeah.
But I mean, you must have very good internet to be doing that, though. Because I mean, the video
You must
files
have
are
very
okay. A typical 10-minute video, if it's full HD with a good camera, can go up to 5 gigs. So you can only imagine.
people will. Yeah, it has like excellent file sharing features. Like you can use stuff like OneDrive to link up your AWS, Google Drive, all that stuff. You can do it. You can even image your own entire hard drive there. Imagine like
Okay.
you have a CPU there, and then drive D is actually a drive D on your PC. You can actually do that. You can use other things like Kubernetes to easily manage all your machines. For example, if you are doing deployments, you are doing maintenance, and so on.
Is AWS the only company that provides this?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. Are they the only company? No, they are not. But they actually, I think they're number one. There is AWS, there is Microsoft Azure, there is Google Cloud Services, aka GCP. There is Linode, and there are a few others in there. There are a few more independent ones. Yeah, those are like mainly the big four. I think I missed someone, but when you're talking cloud infrastructure, everyone is thinking AWS, by the way, or Microsoft Azure or GCP. Those are like the big three. You know, actually, the funniest thing about how AWS started, imagine they didn't start out to deploy cloud solutions or give people servers and stuff. Actually, what happened is they got machines or infrastructure to speed up Amazon. You know, like the basic web shopping thing and everything else they do. But it turned out they had excess computing infrastructure. So they decided, hey, by the way, this is like 15% we have extra. Let's lease it out. And boom, it was a business.
Okay.
That's actually how majority of it functions. And that's why sometimes the companies who can compete well in that space are the ones who already offer a lot of cloud solutions. Like Microsoft. Right now we are connecting using Microsoft and stuff. So think about it that way. So it's funny, you know, like how it started, and now everyone is using it. Yeah.
So basically, yeah. So cloud services, man. So when we're talking about like AWS, we basically mean like the cloud service provision, the cloud service industry, basically, right? And as Slati has said, since a lot of websites are hosted on these cloud services, because I mean, most of us don't have the computing power needed to run some of these services. A good example is like, it's like Uber. Uber doesn't have like their own maps and all these things, so you find already, because Google has already done this thing of mapping out and offering a cloud service, you find that it's more easier to just lease out, not lease out, but lease services, or is it rent? Not lease, rent services from a big company like Google, and it streamlines your work, and of course, like a good example is also, something Slati also mentioned, rendering videos online. I mean, that's a thing. In 3D animation, there is cloud rendering, where you have a bunch of machines on the cloud. You just connect through like some proxy thing. They usually come as side load apps that you can load with the main app that pop up whenever you click on render, and they just connect to the machine. So basically, they just send out all the heavy work to the cloud services or to the machines online, and you get back your renders. I think if for someone maybe who is working with a lot of clients, with a lot of, or if you're working like you're a small company, you find most of them do lease out companies. I mean, not lease out, but rent out companies services. So cloud rendering, such stuff, and of course, maybe you've heard of AWS from things like, there was a time it was down, so Netflix was down, Fortnite was down, which is run by Epic Games. So probably maybe that's where you had AWS, which basically means Amazon Web Services. That is what AWS means. So in case you did not know, Amazon provides web services. I think now you know. They not only run Amazon, but they also host. If I was to look at the percentages online, in terms of cloud services market share, I think they're number one. So let's just do a check. Cloud services market share.
33%.
33.
That's like, that 3% is a lot, bro.
Really?
That's around 180 billion, yeah.
180 billion of what? Data stored on the internet,
No, revenue, say 180 billion USD revenue.
Oh, I
Number
can
2
see.
is Microsoft Azure with 21. Number 3 is GCP, Google Cloud Services, with 10%. Number 4 is actually Alibaba, 6%. IBM Cloud, 4%. Salesforce, 3%. Tencent Cloud, 3%. And I believe number 2
Tencent.
is
Tencent. Oh, hey, this company, we were talking about Tencent just the other day.
Yeah, they are back at it.
Here they are again back at it. Oh, I see, 33%. Though I think I was talking to you when I was saying, like, I remember seeing that Microsoft Azure is really creeping up on the market a lot. It seems that Microsoft is dumping a lot of money into the thing, and of course, because they already have Windows, they of course incentivize you to use their own services. So you never know, maybe Azure, maybe in the next 5 years, might outcompete AWS, because this is Microsoft we are talking about. And of course, Google, as you can see, Alibaba, IBM still exists. Holy crap.
Yeah, dude, what do you mean IBM still exists?
Jesus, have you ever bought anything written IBM?
I mean, what you are using right now was made by IBM.
Actually, you're not
IGX
wrong.
standard, yeah.
Actually, you're not wrong. My monitor is IBM, my square one.
Oh. They still
But-
do a lot of. They are still very much in the computing space.
Tencent, Jesus, this company is everywhere, man. Oh my God, like, god damn. What's their plan? World domination?
If they can,
Nah, man.
if
Anyway,
they can.
that is if they can't cut off their Chinese ties, because of course there's been a lot of skepticism in the US about Chinese companies. So Plus, the tensions between China and US might cripple a lot of
What is the fear? Maybe that's a different topic.
harnessing information. Of course, you remember the AU scandal.
That's
Where
they
this
just
bust,
want one company wants monopoly, and those companies are the US ones.
but now you imagine China has already proven to be siphoning data. Of course, these other
Everyone
companies
is
do.
siphoning data. I don't know why everyone is afraid there's a boogeyman. There already was one.
Okay,
That's not so important.
but yeah, so yeah, AWS. So of course, if you've read the description of the video, you know that AWS launched a local zone. So that means it's like from what you told me, that means like there's physical servers here for AWS.
Yeah, wait, did they say they're already in place or they're planning to have them in place?
The article read AWS has launched. Let me just Google that. No. On, you know what? I don't even know what I'm Googling. I have it under references. Just go to the section above. It's called references. Amazon announces new. I don't even know. Of course, if you want to get a hold of these references we're talking about on the show, be sure to join the Discord server. You should be able to see all of these things. But let's switch back to the desktop. As you can see, Amazon announces new AWS local zone
it is.
cloud.
No,
So
it is
yeah.
announced. It's not yet available.
So they are coming. They're coming.
Yeah.
They're starting when?
Mm.
Are they saying? I don't think they're saying. But of course, this is kind of good news. I mean, this is good news, especially
it's
for
excellent news.
African countries that are around. So that will only mean that most countries will be on good terms with us. Or is that like a thing? Like they'll be like, we need fiber cables running from the AWS to our countries. I mean, like we are going to be like the hub, Mashika. Like we're going to be, hey, you can either connect through South Africa or Kenya. So you'll find that maybe there will be potential for companies to want to establish bases here because of the AWS services. I don't know if they plan to launch in another country, probably Nigeria, Ghana.
It doesn't work that way.
How does it work then?
It works that way.
How does it work then?
It's not like negotiating peace or a baton for power.
It's more of demand of the service.
It's more of demand. Yeah, but I think they are always there. I mean, they are so good when they deploy them. Imagine you can like move your VM within seconds from the US to Kenya.
VM virtual machine.
For all, your virtual machine or your virtual solution or whichever you do. By the way, it's terrible of me to give examples using virtual machines because sometimes what you use in AWS is not necessarily a virtual machine. You can use a database service. You can use an API service like MongoDB or any other sort of flat file database. You can just use a database with the AWS. So what necessarily it means is the most immediate thing. Most likely some services you use will become faster because what most companies do, they use what you call regional caches. Like, for example, the YouTube content you are viewing is cached somewhere so that it's faster in Kenya and so on and so forth. That's why trending videos tend to load faster, if you notice that. Like, Kenyan music is always like, majority of your time, if you even have bad internet, it's always 1080p. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's like good quality, even the ads and everything, because they are cached somewhere close. So you might see an improvement in that.
So, but going with that point of cache, does that mean that maybe me as a streamer streaming to Twitch will be better because Twitch is owned by Amazon?
Yeah, they can add an ingest server there,
and when
you have a better experience.
Yeah, when you're looking for those ingest server, so ingest server just means the server you're uploading to redistribute on the internet. So because the servers I look, there's services in South Africa that offer those relays. So I think if Kenya joins the AWS thing, this is going to be good news also for streaming locally. I think videos won't buffer because Twitch has that problem of video buffering so much, and that's why like I'm kind of iffy about the site. So maybe that will help. Hopefully, at least I mean, if you can stream to Nairobi with like 6 ping, that would be great news. I mean the video can like, because once it reaches the data center, it's going to be easier to be relayed to others, you know, using
Yeah.
the already like existing infrastructure. Okay.
That is actually the idea. Yes.
Okay, so it's all good news. Is there? Let me
It is
see.
all.
I had.
It is
So
all good news.
AWS. Why are they? Why? I think you should maybe say why they are here or why you think they came. Is
Oh,
it
okay.
demand? Or is it to
I think
outcompete
it's a little
Microsoft
bit of
and
both.
Google?
I think it's a little bit of both. Demand and by the way, most times, like such companies do things not necessarily for demand at the moment, maybe future demand. Maybe they've seen potential in some of the ICT solutions that Kenya has. I can give you an example like M-Pesa. Also, the other things upcoming. People are always working on things. I do stuff online. Other people do stuff. They do amazing stuff. But when it comes to offering or them, actually giving out their solution, they are forced to like use high latency area. Like you have an app which is used by Kenyans, but you have to connect to like a service in what do you call it, like Belgium. The latency becomes high, the performance is not the best. So it will help people in that. But then in latency, if you have a solution size in latency, put it in Kenya, enjoy the same benefits you would, and it will be actually a very snappy service. You have no idea. Like there's an application I used to make, and the servers we got were in Kenya. They were hosted by I think KDN. It was so fast. It was like 26 milliseconds. But the problem with it was for them to do updates, for us to map like subdomains, add new services, it was such a bore. So it was so fast. It's just fast and crispy. So think of it that way. And it will actually, I think if it will offer less employment and more opportunity. And they've done it because of maybe the demand now, but most likely for the demand in future, which will definitely be there because everything now is going tech. And actually, I believe like there's a government angle to this because the government always has servers. Most times, by the way, you are given aid by international body. They require you to have some level of ICT infrastructure. It's actually a good ploy. They'll just have this, and maybe they'll coerce the government into a very very specific deal. You know, something like that. That's just like one example. Of course, there are other things that will come up, but the money is in future, and the opportunities are for the opportunists, not for like employment. It is very unlikely it will employ many Kenyans, but it is very likely it will give so many more an opportunity. Yeah.
Now that AWS is here, do you think that maybe this will incentivize Google and Microsoft to speed up the market share, like in Africa? Like they will be like, hey man, these
Their market share in
motherfuckers,
Africa.
and they'll be like, these
Oh, okay.
motherfuckers are, and they want to dominate.
I
No,
don't.
no, Azure
I
servers
really.
are coming, something like that.
Maybe, but if they haven't, maybe they are looking into it.
Maybe this
I
is
don't know. I feel like.
this is Microsoft.
Uh-huh.
They are
Yeah,
they're
I
in
feel like.
stiff competition with
I feel like
AWS.
those are people who are already with us in other ways. I mean, Google was ready. They set up something in Kenya, a technology center or something. I mean, we use Google service every day. Google is is very aware of what Kenyans like, don't like. They already have some sort of presence. I don't think Amazon did. Maybe this is one way of them doing it because you really want to be everywhere where your competitor is, and you want to be anywhere where there will be something. Microsoft, I mean, we use it every day. So
Windows,
hao wamekuwa na
Office,
sisi.
Office 365.
Yeah. There is more value in them selling us software than having any sort of hardware thing. Like software is intangible. There's no stock. There's no warehouse for it. So if you can, market that and find a market for it, you are in infinite business. You can't say run out of stock your Windows. That is how Windows limeisha tuuze tena. It is always there. Me and you are always Googling. Me and you right now are using Twitch, are using YouTube. They've been here with us for a while. But maybe, I'll give it a maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Okay. I don't know. I will support them to come because, of course, I do not want like monopolies controlling everything cloud here.
You
So
not want.
it's never a good idea when one company is controlling a lot. I think, of course, also in the spirit of competition and growth, competition, fosters that. So if also Microsoft and Google can launch their things here, I mean, it also creates a good name for the country, and things move forward. Because I mean, in as much as AWS is popular and hosts a lot of services, you remember there are also other games and services that are hosted on Azure. A good example is Rainbow Six Siege. Moji, I think this was Moji telling me Rainbow Six Siege has servers on Azure, so they have South African servers because of that. And of course, you see. So this is what I'm saying. Like, if AWS can come in and monopolize, it's not a good thing. We also want
Yeah.
other
By the way,
companies to come.
most game services use AWS. For example, if you could launch Apex, sorry, open your task manager, go to performance, and then go to resource monitor, and go under networking. You'll be able to see that one of the servers in there when you're playing Apex is something AWS dot something. So yeah, that is something
Does
can
this
happen.
mean? Does this mean? But we already have a server in Bahrain. I don't think Apex will launch a server here if there's already one in Bahrain.
It wouldn't help anyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's too close.
come to think
Maybe
about it, if
maybe
all
South
the
Africa.
Kenyans who are playing Apex
Mm.
queued up on a Bahrain server, we would all get a match.
I remember.
They don't.
Wait, I remember the. I remember the first days when Bahrain was popular before it declined. I remember I used to run into a lot of Kenyans. Like, I used to be matchmaked with like Kenyans. Like, there was a time I shit there was a time in a day, out of like 20 matches, 5 of them I was matchmaked by Kenyans or people in Discord. I'm like, yeah, ulikuwa na queue hata so such stuff.
Ndani.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe other games can. Maybe thing like, I don't know. I mean, also Fortnite has Bahrain servers and they've never launched an SA one. So I don't think it stands to. I don't think they would really. I don't think like them being, unless we have like such a high demand around the East African region
But
for these
Fortnite
games.
doesn't have Bahrain servers.
No, they have. I'm saying like they have. They have. They have Middle East servers. They don't have South African servers, but they have Middle East servers. So I'm saying, unless maybe there's like a high demand like around us in the East African region, I don't see why I don't see why they would come and invest here. Maybe if the connection to other countries in Africa is so good, or if the connection to East African and maybe Arabian or Middle Eastern countries is so good, and if maybe the cost of running servers here is cheaper compared to other countries, maybe they would switch here and be like, okay, this site, maybe this place is maybe offering us a very geographically strategical point, right? Because in Kenya we are at a very good point where we're in the middle of a lot of things. Europe is not so far away. I think the only far continents here are like the Americas, right? So
Yeah.
most of because I mean,
Americas and Oceanic nations.
yeah. Because I mean, a good example is like Discord. If I was to switch this region to Singapore,
By the way, there can be a Discord Kenyan region. Oh my goodness, that would be awesome.
yeah, because they already have because they already have South African servers. So a good example is like Discord. You see, we have Singapore servers and they usually get such good ping, like 130. So you can only imagine, especially added with the new fiber cable that came, the one that is connecting also to Singapore and stuff.
5 ping on Discord.
Yeah. Can be good by there.
Say.
Moje, I think Moje is here. I've unmuted you. Sorry, I had not given you the permissions to speak, but I have unmuted you. You can also turn on your webcam.
Pick.
But
That
yeah,
will be nice.
but then how does it? I'm even Discord is kind of fishy. They need to tell us how they make money. How do they have money to host? How do they have money to host on all these countries? Literally, there is a South African server, I'm saying. So you're telling me if AWS is here now and they host on AWS, they will just like open up a Kenyan one. They'll be like,
By the way, how does I think that must have been covered in chapter 2 or something. How Discord makes money.
I don't know, man, but Discord is, or maybe it's just the shareholders are just, Chinese. I saw that since Tencent has a stake in it, and also that the Chinese strategy to capitalism is they take their time. They make long-term investments. A good example is like
Oh
when I was watching.
they are very patient.
Yeah, when I was watching that Djibouti, not Djibouti, the DRC thing for electric car batteries, because the batteries use cobalt, and cobalt is in DRC. Apparently, the Chinese set up in the DRC like in the 2000s. It's like they knew. It's like they saw it coming, and they were there already.
They're like we'll wait, we'll wait, we'll wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they have something planned for Discord, but you never know. You never know. So that can only mean by the Discord. Imagine 5 ping Nairobi. See, I've seen by a couple of VPN services. I've seen a couple of VPN services by the like show.
Yeah, now VPN services. I mean, with the Kenya as an option. I mean, of course, it wouldn't help me to use it because I'm already in Kenya.
But for people outside there, someone wants to listen to Spotify recommendations from the country. I mean,
by the way, this is also like when other companies are coming into Kenya, like these people do writing, these people do online jobs, they can have local solutions or locally accessible solutions. So it would be nice. It would actually be like a boost. But like most things in life, these things are for those who want to take advantage or those who are aware of them. Si ya mwananchi, unfortunately.
Lakini mwananchi ata benefit hapa.
Kuna wenye ata benefit.
For sure.
I don't think some things.
Okay. Tuseme maybe Mama Mboga, maybe someone is developing an app like Glove. They can now move their hosting to AWS if it's hosted locally.
But okay, here's the only way in which it affects. If there's a current app, which by having a local node can become cheaper to use its service, then we have something like, for example, if it is now cheaper for me to get Uber rides, you see, then that's tangible, which I really doubt would happen. But apparently rides in Kenya are cheap compared to international standards.
Really?
Yeah, fairly cheap, very cheap.
But how you see that's how society affects Mwananchi, because I mean,
if that's a big if though. There's never incentive for anyone
if
to take
people
down their prices.
okay, no, see, Ivo, I'm saying like, it's like if AWS is just there, so you can just start like most people can be confident in launching apps that store data since they know there is already like a local server.
Most
of
people
course.
can be, I don't know, man.
Like to say people who are dealing in like general services, they can be incentivized now to,
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix the permissions for Moji. When you're not on PC, because I don't know, I've restricted this boy's channel to avoid people. Let me see. Give me a sec. Push to talk. It's not. How? Let me just see. Speak. About try disconnecting and reconnecting now, Niambe, if you can.
OJ Simpson.
Yeah, but So wait, I think you covered why AWS is popular.
Yeah, we covered that in chapter 1.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Moji? Umeingia late lakini.
Poa sana. Pole basi. Imagine I was outside bado kuzunguka around kwa sababu ya birthday.
Huh? Oh, but then birthday yako na. How does it feel?
Yeah,
an old bastard.
Wacha tu. 34.
Holy shit. With great age comes no responsibility.
Because that it becomes even more.
So you think?
No, none. Zero. Niche.
Unless labda unataka kumaliza maisha yako kabisa.
Moje kwanza.
Utakuwa na responsibility yote.
This my internet is fucking up, man. Tabu nipe contact za mtu wako Liquid mwenye nataka kunipea net ya bure. Hey, kuzuku. Huku I am
Well,
dying,
me,
bana. My internet is killing me.
I tried kuongea na nani what was it? Huyo Ben, huyo CTIO.
Mhm.
Maze Ben, the only thing anaweza fanya tu ni kukupatia tu contacts. Atakwambia just call this guy. Mwambie ni mimi nimekusort. The only thing they can do is just survey the area peke yake.
Sabe.
But hata
Alright.
but hata inet nilipata yenye ilikujanga around the area ni Zuku tu. Sikuwa na any other choice, imagine. Ilibidi nichukue.
Okay.
So,
But
But
from Mombasa.
Mombasa.
okay. Alright.
Eh,
So
eh,
you are where were we? Where were we on the AWS before I
yes,
was
nilikuwa nasikia Uber rides za Kenya ziko chini, alafu niliachia hapo.
so yeah, I don't know. Slutty was claiming that our rates are kind of cheaper compared to the rest of the world. But I mean,
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I think would you say it's like Uganda and Kenya, where like the money is like our money here ikifika huko inakuwa na so much value, and then where because Uganda is not that developed, or like any other country that is not developed, like the economy still as well is down, so you find that even if it's translated into a lot of money, with that money you can still buy a lot of things. So is it such a scenario, Ama?
Yeah. It is such a scenario.
I think so. Hizo factors tu za finance. And it's I wish ningekumbuka my economics class vizuri. There are so many factors that affect the value of money. So pia yeye inakwanga one of them. I think yes, exchange rate, inflation rate, there's so many factors. So I think that's why it's tuko in such a good position in East Africa.
Why are
Ukikompare na
we
hizo countries zingine.
Sasa? Okay, at why are we know? Like Sasa, what are your thoughts on Sasa AWS now that they are launching here, or they are planning to launch?
I think imekuja at such a really good time.
Speak English.
Unanisikia?
Speak English.
No, I'm saying speak English because there's some I have foreign listeners.
Oh, okay. It's come at such a good time because there is the infrastructure that our specific individual countries have. Because I think of all the countries, Kenya is in such a beneficial position because geographically tuko somewhere almost at the center of Africa itself. Then at the same time tuko na the right infrastructure. Fiber optic cables ziko
We're not
nyingi sana.
landlocked. We're not landlocked, so you
Yes,
get to access
exactly.
a lot of these things. Yeah.
And then tena it comes direct from the cables. Unajua we don't have this in between infrastructure like the way unapata from Kenya to Uganda to Rwanda to Burundi. By that time sasa the speed of data inaenda ikishuka tu. I think someone who has done
Of course, it's like,
computer science anaweza kuexplain.
I mean,
vizuri.
it's logical. It's like so long. I mean, the closer you are to the source, the more volume, the more speed. I know all such stuff. It's like water trickling down several pipes. By the time it gets to the last homestead, it's going to be slow, and inatoka toka and it drops. So yeah. So of course, the less hiccups along the way, the better. So yeah, I think Slutty mentioned something to do with the loading and caching of websites, and I think I pulled up the point of maybe for like us streamers, it can be beneficial in terms of maybe Twitch can set up ingest servers locally.
Just a minute, Slutty, can I interject kidogo tu?
No, it's fine.
Of course, that theory of the speed of data, I've tested it physically with a friend of mine. I don't know how many people know about Faza. Me and Faza have done tests in terms of like data performance for different ISPs, and we did that physically. We went for like almost an hour. So he was using Zuku at the time. I was using JTL, and we even checked like the distance between like when you ping Google servers, like who has the lowest latency, and it was found that I'm the one who is benefiting because I'm literally close to the fiber optic cables, because Mombasa is just where the cables are like start
Ine-
end from. Yeah,
inaingilia
right from there.
basically in your backyard. Basically iko hapo tu unaenda.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So
Wait, but then let me ask
the
you,
way
Polly, is there like, do the cables like run directly to Nairobi, or do they go to through a center huko?
okay, what happens is there is a center, of course, where all the cables like go into. Then from there, now the what's it called? The data distribution in Ansanga. Of course, those data centers. I'm not sure the exact theory behind it. Unless labda tu I wish ningeweza kuita wife, labda yeye ndo anajua because yeye ndo alikuwa huko. But
Hey, your wife
that's
was
usually what happens.
your wife is an IT
She was
person.
there. Yeah, she's. She was there during the what's that thing called? The is it the launching of the what when the sixth cable dropped?
Mhm.
So yeah, she was there, and she witnessed all that. I probably think like the the intricacies of what happens when the data reaches here, she might know about it. I think I'll ask her once nimemalizana na the podcast.
Okay. So you were saying
Yes.
there was a point you were saying earlier before I just asked that question. You remember it, Emma?
Yeah. I didn't understand what Faza was talking about when he explained like how the speed is usually measured and whatnot. But once we did it like physically, he wanted to find out what the problem is with his connection, because he keeps complaining, oh, Zuku this, Zuku that. So we did it physically. There was a time I had a very good connection to Zuku because I was staying in Nyali at the time. And I tell you, living in like high rise suburb areas is just the best thing ever, because I had Zuku when I was in Nyali and I never complained a single day. That time the connection was to European servers was 130, and I remember people were suffering because theirs was like 200. Me, I was enjoying 130. So once I moved out, I think now the ping or the latency became different. So yeah, they have I don't know if it's like how they practice like price discrimination, these individual ISPs, so that certain areas can benefit than others, because they know that those areas are more likely to pay for the service and not stop the subscription, as opposed to now people in like low rise areas. You get like the Madares, the Kariokos, all those areas, like people who have to struggle so that they can get a decent internet connection. Yeah, it's something that the ISPs do. I know Safaricom does that, and that's because there's a friend of mine that had an encounter with them, and they tried to save face, of course, at the time. You remember the time when I think I talked about it in a previous podcast, like when there was a time when I have a cousin who discovered how Safaricom decides to like cap their data when during certain times of the day, and people were complaining about Safaricom.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, then what happened? They asked him about what is his account, nini, blah blah blah, the whole time. After that, they boosted his speeds to what was he? It was almost 80 Mbps.
And told you to
80.
hash. Alipewa hash
Yeah.
internet.
In fact, they didn't even tell him imagine to hash. He had to come and ask me whether the connection for other people has improved, because even him, he didn't know. You know, it's a way of just shutting you up
Oh yeah, like
so that you don't know what is happening out there. They're like, hey, but they boost they boost that connection on his account so that he doesn't know, so that he stops complaining, because the damage he has caused us, it's irreparable. So by the time he asks me, I just tell him, hey, by the way, nothing has changed. The speed is still different. People are complaining out here. It's just because your voice was much louder than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the other issue. Still on the discussion of infrastructure, I think ISPs also affect the speeds of the quality of the internet connection they give to customers. So that's something else.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know about Safaricom, but I don't know. Safaricom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Safaricom are just Safaricom. They're shady bastards. So if you want to Safaricom car, you're watching this, you should sponsor a motherfucker here so that I can keep quiet. So, but I don't know. So I mean, Safaricom is on the other side. So me, I know sometimes I just don't understand. No, literally, our area is cut off from fiber connections because of a road, because of the superhighway. Simple as that. They can't cross. Like they never found a way to cross the cables. So I'm like, motherfucker, you're a big company.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, they're
How
big. They should
how
find
hard
a
is
way.
it to just cross one cable and find? I don't know, man. So yeah, our
It's
area
either
has
that,
been shit.
it's either that, or they could be having a problem negotiating on how they will cross that highway with the KNHA, the Kenya National Highway Authority. I know those guys,
Come on,
considering that
say
it's an authority.
there's a fucking bridge in Ruiru that has KPLC poles crossing. See, they use that. Why can't they just talk
Yeah,
with them?
I think they should find another way. Yeah, they should just find another way.
Me,
But
our
I know
area
I
has
also
been.
know that like regulatory authorities can also be an obstacle to the progress of internet connection, or even just any project. We've seen the same, I think, with esports. We've had that issue whereby because one person has the license, they really frustrate the whole country. We've seen the likes of MCSK doing that with musicians. We have that in esports. We're having that problem. But of course, we are doing something. That one, I'm going to keep it hush hush. But we will subvert. Tutawezana na hii ngome.
All right.
Yeah.
Me. Hopefully, I think even coming to the end of the show. Me, hopefully, I think maybe we can talk about the pros. I mean, the cons of AWS being here. I think Slati mentioned employment. So in the point of employment, I think it's more, with big cloud services like AWS, automation tends to be a thing. So the need for people to host websites will go, because I mean, if Amazon is giving you a cheaper option, why the fuck would you go for an individual trying to sell you snake oil? So yeah, so such stuff. So it's going to undermine, of course, this is the problem with capitalism itself. It undermines a lot of small businesses. We saw it during the pandemic where a lot of shops were forced to close down because of, so and so COVID stuff. But of course, big companies were let to run. Amazon was still working and functioning during that time. So yeah, such stuff. So you can only imagine if Amazon comes here, and if they've launched AWS here, maybe, you never know, they might be thinking of launching things like the Amazon shops as a maybe they can find a way to integrate it to work here. So in the long run, it's good on a bigger scale, on a bigger scale of infrastructure, connection speed, services, and all this. But for the small people who like mboga zuko inje, it's not that beneficial to them. But I mean, yeah. Slightly, what do you think about the cons of AWS in the country?
Pros and cons.
The cons.
Oh,
We've
we did
talked about the
pros,
pros.
now the cons.
We need the skepticism. The skeptics.
It's a step closer towards the inevitable march to demise when the machines rise up.
What? The Matrix is coming.
Yeah, must say Terminator, Judgment Day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
No, when you boil
Karibia.
it down to like how will it affect IT guys? Sasa ni jobs gani you
okay,
feel
like I
like they
meant,
will be
eh,
eliminated with the AWS thing?
again, it's all about opportunity. I mean,
You feel like the local cloud services will end, like there will be like people
I
will
don't think
switch.
so. I think they compete by being cheap. I don't think they'll end.
Oh.
And we tend to be, majority of us tend to be towards the back end of picking up new tech. So that's not something to worry about now. Maybe later. I don't think the cons are. Maybe I'm not in a place to see the cons. Maybe the people whose land will have to be sold for the servers to be put up or grabbed.
Yes, I'm sure they can just find like a good area mahali with the reliable power. Maybe they get like a whole fucking, you know, those towers that transmit electricity. They get like a whole fucking tower, you know, going towards their station. But then with KPLC kwanza hapa, wow, see, hey, they better offer good redundancy. They better have like, I hope they know what they are coming into, because KPLC is a bitch.
Some things, yeah, KPLC will.
KPLC is a
But
bitch.
you know, funny enough, a lot of industries. Wait, there's recently it started happening because there was an article in the news in which a local company had so much frustrations with KPLC that they had to build their own power plant. Imagine.
Say I will be suing them to hell. Like I will be taking them to court.
It's so difficult.
You can.
Parastatal.
I mean, you can. You just have to.
You are trying to sue the office of the AG.
Who cares if it's a parastatal? They need to be sued, man. They need to be.
So difficult.
They are incompetent. They need to fix their fucking services.
They are incompetent.
Oh my god, dude. KPLC can fuck you on the best day of your life. You're getting married. They'll be like, ni harusi yako. Tunazima. Zima yo. Zima kwanza MC akienda kuintroduce watu.
Alafu kwa hapo bibi harusi yako wapi? Simuoni. Imeisha. Hivyo. I can't see him bwana. Si ndio? Can't see bibi harusi, so it's ruined, bro.
So I don't know, man. KPLC knows
Give it time.
KPLC knows to strike on the best days. Kwanza kuna siku hapa zimepotea asubuhi when I was working. Oh my god, I felt like nichukue simu ni watusi all the bad words in the dictionary.
I think I've done that with most
so
service providers, Safaricom, KPLC. Nimeongelesha mbaya kwa inbox.
There needs to be I think there are those laws. I think there needs to be systems of accountability for these companies, because sometimes
there needs to be system of accountability.
Yeah, like there should be, I don't know, is there a government body that keeps these companies in check and like monitors complaints and be like, hey, why are you being incompetent? You are allowing me to work.
Okay, I'll tell you this much. As far as KPLC goes, KPLC employees won't like it when you actually file a complaint that there's no power, because they actually do something which is called performance contracting.
I will.
So
you can file. So Kwanza, no, let's go back there. So how do you file Kwanza? Because I will be file. I don't give a fuck.
977 hash.
Oh, okay.
If you report, you use that tool to report that you have no power. So
you
get a ticket.
977 hash.
Yeah. You get what? You see the code there, which tells you it's your reference number. So apparently, if they have too many at a particular time, it's not good for them. It's not good for them. Actually, I had to speak to someone who made me understand that most times they really do want to help you, but they just can't. You have to attend to someone who just filed a complaint maybe last
Motherfucker, year. Employ more. You got money.
No, you can't. You can't.
Shindwe.
You can't
they have
more.
No, they have money.
Okay, so imagine that.
This is a parastatal. Slutty, this is the government. Slutty, this is the fucking government we are talking about. There is no excuse for being incompetent, especially in such a very important thing.
There's no excuse for being incompetent.
In such, electricity.
You've stayed indoors for too long.
No, Ski, I'm saying electricity is such an
Stayed indoors for
important
too long.
thing in this. Like, it's such an, if electricity was to go out, the economy literally can collapse. Eh? So,
It can.
it's like the way they can't be incompetent with the military. Why can't electricity be the same thing? Things that actually are the backbone of the country's
Because
economy.
things don't work that way. You're being overly ambitious.
No, not being overly ambitious. I'm just trying to be realistic and, pointing out the failures of the structures in our country. Because this is the only way they can change. If we point them out and be like, hey, some things are more important.
This is the only way they can change.
No, yeah, by people speaking up. This is like health is more important. Things like electricity. Things that actually affect people. Like hata ule mtu yani ako pale chini anaafektiwa kabisa na vitu kaa hizo. Those are the things that should always be on the forefront of the government agenda. Si kuja hapa kutuambia mtajenga stadiums and you can't even light those stadiums. Next thing you know, mna commentate usiku, match ni ya saa moja. The match is 7 p.m. Boom! Electricity goes out. Na stima imezimika. You see? Such stuff. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, electricity is such an important thing. I don't see why, like, there should be such a company being so stubborn and being at they're overworked. Motherfucker. Why are you overworked? Yeah? Add more money to them. Give them more money. Like, put more disciplined CEOs and direct.
Someone should slap you. Come back to reality.
No, no. This reality, we cannot accept this reality.
By the way, mind you, I know I don't like talking about this in public, but I'll tell you for a fact. I work for the public sector. Now that's like full time. Now I kid you not. Now, but this is true, very true. There is a lot of laziness.
Yeah,
You see?
there is.
You see?
By the way, now mind you, I've worked for. By the way, I'm not practicing racism, but
You're not practicing racism.
nishaifanya kazi Muhindi. So like, by the time na nimeenda mjengo pia, I've been in a construction site.
I remember
So,
that mjengo
me
story.
going from construction all the way now to public sector. I was just like, wow, these guys are very lazy. I've never seen. And then entitlement. Hey, Jameen. Hey, entitlement is a serious problem. Yeah.
And that's the attitude that needs to change in government
Yeah,
offices. There is no way you
for
can
real.
fix a government with such stuff. Because they only
For real, it
frustrate.
The good thing is that, like, thank goodness, where I work, the department which I'm in, some reforms were done. So like, performance is good on that side. But now there's we have like another like brother department that is similar to what we do, but them they handle like different products. Like we always hear complaints from the same clients when they come to our office, because every time we keep telling them that, hey, by the way, you have to like finish documenting that on the in the other department, and they're like, really? Why can't it be you guys? Why does it have to be on that other side? So yeah, we've had complaints on so many levels.
So you see,
Yeah.
Slutty, you say we
Yeah.
cannot. I know it's reality, but we cannot continue defending this reality.
I kid public sector laziness is real. It is very real. Hey, and entitlement, because most of them, if not all, have been fixed there by like some very important people in government or in society. So even the person who is superior to them is scared that this person was brought in by someone very superior, and they are afraid that they could fix them and get them fired. So like even the guys who are their supervisors, they are scared of them. So it becomes a serious problem.
This nonsense needs to end.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm for the idea of performance by merit. Like if you're there, like uko hapo kuperform, and no one is afraid of whoever brought you there, and you do your work like there's no tomorrow. Like you work super hard. So I wish people
Tia
had that kind of
tia
mentality.
bidii.
Bana, people need card.
But yeah, other than the government, of course, we're sidetracking. But of course,
Because
this is how annoying some of these things get. You know, it gets so annoying you can't just you can't hold it in. You just have to state it. But yeah, I think that's a very good point by Moji. You know, at least so. Yeah, this we cannot accept this reality. But of course, you know, AWS, things will get there eventually. I only support people like speaking up and addressing some of the issues. So even people like Safaricom with their fucking internet, I'm sure if if customers can complain a lot and give them a bad reputation, like Zuku,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Safaricom is heading
Did
there by
Zuku
the.
change because of the reputation?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think they just gave people more data, but yeah, Zuku is Zuku, mse.
I, I think it's because a lot of guys moved to
Oh
like
yeah.
the other, yeah. So even the complaints, you won't hear them as much. I think it's because guys moved to other companies like Safaricom and JTL and Liquid. But there are people who still complain. Even today, I get friends who keep telling me that they're disappointed with Zuku. They find every morning at around this time the internet is just either slow or it just drops completely. So
Yeah.
yeah, there are people that complain. But I like the fact that because there are many companies, there's competition, and the more the competition, the better the quality of service.
Okay, wait.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Does Amazon provide like website like unini like your home to home fiber business? Or they don't.
No.
I've
Oh,
never
okay,
heard
good,
of
good.
that one.
I
Yeah,
know Google does. Google does. With
yeah.
their
But
one.
Google Fiber didn't do so well.
Oh, it
Oh,
flopped.
Yeah.
here locally
Probably,
or
probably,
I don't know where
probably
in the US.
in the US, probably it's
ah,
like in a Comcast and kina AT&T who fucked them because they were like,
it
no,
must be. It
motherfucker,
must be.
no.
Because
No, Google, messed up
really,
things.
because the first time I heard it where it was out, I heard really good reviews about it. I
Dude,
went, what about it?
it was like the first company with like your 1 terabytes.
What, 1 TB?
What it was 1 terabyte, I think. Yeah.
I think after some time, I haven't
No, is
heard
it
from
terabit?
them
No,
ever
one
since.
gigabit. 1 gigabit. Sorry, not terabyte. Gigabit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hopefully, I don't know, but AWS in the country, of course, it has a lot of pros than cons. But again, me, I'm going to stick with the point. I don't want a monopoly on on cloud services by Amazon. I would prefer also the other bigger ones can come in and challenge them because at the end, we're the ones who are going to benefit as consumers. So yeah,
But who are like the competitors for Amazon in terms of those services?
Azure, Microsoft Azure.
Uh-huh.
I think Microsoft Azure and Google services are the ones who are like very close. Because let me look at this. Because
Okay.
AWS is
Because for
33%, Azure is
okay.
21%, Google Cloud is 10, Alibaba is 6,
Oh,
IBM 4, and the number just
okay.
dwindles and dwindles. So I think the next biggest competitor is Microsoft. They're the ones who are
Yeah.
like a threat.
Okay. Because from what I know is that their Azure services are already there in South Africa, by the way. You see, and
Rainbow
actually,
Six. I think I mentioned
yes,
your Rainbow Six stuff earlier with Slut. I had told him
yeah,
Rainbow
yeah,
Six
they're being
servers are
hosted.
hosted there.
Yeah, yeah. Although there are rumors that they want to jump into Amazon as well, and I'm hearing actually the service on Amazon is actually much better than Azure.
Really?
Yeah. The reviews. There are some YouTubers who are playing on Amazon servers, and they did some reviews on it, and I had the performance on Amazon as opposed to Azure is much better for that particular game. That is for other games it could be different.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've come to the end of the show. We've actually extended kidogo because my internet was acting up earlier. But yeah, Moji, thanks for coming through. Do you have concluding thoughts?
I think specifically the different problems or challenges that we go through, um, whether it is in Kenya or in like other different African countries. I think the stakeholders that are the ones responsible for making the changes so that the quality of internet and information can be better should act, quickly, because I think particularly Kenyans were in a very good position in terms of like information reception and the way technology is dynamically changing very very quickly, especially when you see companies like Google establishing a product development center in Nairobi. So it kind of shows that the investors outside there have confidence with Kenya and what they can do with their technology. So it means a lot. So I think even the people that are responsible for now receiving that technology should act in accordance so that even us as customers can receive the best possible uh, product quality we can get. So that even the products, even us that we are producing or the services we're giving, can be even better to the clients that we are serving.
All right.
Yeah.
Slutty, do you have concluding thoughts, Mr. Slapman?
Mm. Uh, about
Uko
of course
gizani.
Amazon now offering their services in Kenya.
Mhm.
If you've heard about it, best you look into it and see how you can be part of that space. Because sometimes the only way to make headway in this current world is, of course, to read up and know how you can take advantage of these new opportunities or the ones that will be lost. Yeah.
Facts.
So maybe read
Facts.
about it. Yeah.
All right. For the people watching on YouTube, remember this show turns into a podcast tomorrow morning. You should be able to see it. Hopefully, Spotify can open the video viewing features in every country. Because if you're in the US, you should be able to watch us as a video podcast on Spotify. But for the other services, you can also listen in as well. And remember, if you want to participate, please make sure to join our Discord community. For anything I have mentioned today, I think it's under references, if I'm not wrong. Let me just open that quickly. It's under references, so make sure you join our Discord server, because I usually get sometimes people on Instagram asking me, where are some of these links you're talking about? Basically here under references you should be able to see everything and join the community. We are like over 500 members, so yeah, in case you want to talk to me, you can always message this bot and I'll be sure to get back to you. And yeah, I also stream games. Moji also streams as well. Be sure to check them out. You can always contact them through Discord. So yeah, Discord is much integrated with the show and everything. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say than peace out. Peace out, guys.
Peace. Good.